if anybody can hear me, but I'm just kind of watching the stream, seeing what happens. Don't even know if you can hear me. This is Washington, D.C., though. Someone's got a squeak toy, I guess. Excuse me. Smoking a bowl. They just throw powder in her face? Ah, no, cigarette, something. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Test, test. I also want to make sure that the audio in the protest isn't too loud either. I don't have an optimal setup, but you know, it's kind of weird just sitting here talking to myself. Well, maybe figuratively and literally, because I got one person in here, so essentially I'm talking to myself. Just kidding. But definitely interesting doing a live stream as opposed to doing like a pre-recorded video, I guess. I personally could be louder, or the video, because I can try to talk louder. Is that better? Let me see if I can turn the I don't want to do it too loud, because then you get that feedback, kind of like robotic sound. Excuse me. Is that any better at all? All right. Do you hear any feedback or anything like that? Test, test, test. Test, test, test. How's that? I can also turn the volume down. Alrighty. Whoops, I forgot to, there we go. I made a Facebook just so I could find a stream. Can you hear the protest at all? Oh. Said like wicked bug eyes for a second. Oh, Jesus. I can't do the volume on this. It won't let me change it. It just lets me mute it. So I gotta literally go here, pop it back in, then turn it back up, pop it back out. Is it, okay, it's not lagging, Bobby? I mean, the video now is. Not me, I think it's his stream, but... Did I pause it? Oh, they paused it. Or ended it, actually. Huh. Alright, let's see. I don't know if anyone has any live streams. Yeah, now I gotta find a stream though. I don't know if this guy's on. I don't know if there's anything going on, if I can find a stream. Oh, do you hear the fan in the background? Yeah, it's a fan. I didn't know you could actually hear that, though. I don't have the ideal settings for a stream, really. Let's see. I have to try to make white noise to block other noise out, which in turn just creates more noise, so a dilemma of sorts. Let me see. Sorry, I have to keep going back for the chat. Yeah, I know, right? There's literally nothing going on. Let me see. Yeah, and I don't know how to use Facebook. I literally just made it so I could do this, and now it's not even. I hate fucking social media. This stuff is fucking stupid. I just wanted a free stream that I could just get into, you know what I mean? You couldn't find anything for protest under live stream. So that must mean there must be nothing on? I don't know. Or maybe just this particular group. Here we go.
Alright, so this is ground level news.
Finally. What the fuck happened to this guy? Alright, let me see. Alright. I don't know if you guys can hear me really well. I really can't do much about the fan. It's either that or you're gonna hear like other shit, so. Hey, Buried Axeblade, how's it going? Is my audio coming in alright for you? Like my voice clear? The protest not too loud? I know it sucks when you guys join, you know. Like either blares into your ear and you can't hear anything or... Alright, hold on one sec. Like I said, I gotta go back in because it won't let me adjust it on here, so then I have to pop it back into the player and then turn it up, which is kind of stupid. Should be good. So no lagging, good to go. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure the fan wasn't annoying. It's like you got other people in the other room blasting television, you know, claiming to be deaf but refusing to get a hearing aid, so making everyone else have to suffer through that. So, but we can play a drinking game if you guys want. Like every time you see a woman with dyed hair and who's fat, take a shot, or if you see like a guy with a ponytail. I've already seen like 3 ponytails since I've started this.
Okay, there you are. I had no fucking clue what you were talking about. I'm just walking past a big building that looks like an awesome ship.
But it's like, I feel like something's gonna happen, you know what I mean? I hope nothing does, I guess, you know, but I mean, we all deep down are like wanting to see action of some kind or something if we really, you know, admit it. But I don't want to, but it's like, you know, you live vicariously for the action sometimes. Hours of Charlotte protests, but don't care to hear them repeat their call and response. Yeah, it's pretty annoying. I mean, a lot of these too. It's hard to find one of these live streams where it's not like a beta cuck just, you know, like putting his fist up and chanting every 5 seconds. And I just find it so stupid too. It's like, let's protest military and police, you know, over-presence and abuse by marching and singing cadences. It really makes no sense in that regard. I can't make the video any bigger, by the way. I already tried. Oh, did you, Axe Blade, speaking of cops leading people around, did you see that video where they were bottlenecking the people, supposedly before the shooting, I think it was, with Kyle? Like, the cops, I have all the videos saved, I could probably bring them up, I don't want to go rifling through all my stuff and my computer crash, but... What did he say? The feds? Oh, feds. I thought he said feds. That's another thing, too, that call for an uprising video with those cages, those, like, fence cages, where he did that video going by. Those two dudes found him. This right here, I believe, is Washington, D.C. Yeah, Washington, D.C. live. It's like, come on, man. You got Motorola Razr quality video. It's 2020. I upgraded my computer. I literally built this PC from scratch just to have, like, good quality. Just to get, like, 20 pixels on a video. I'm just going to put it in the chat so people know. So how's everyone's night going tonight? Hopefully well. Just sitting back, smoking a bowl. Snowplow for the bodies. You know what's funny is, what was it? My video, if you saw the fake tribute that I did for the Joseph Applebaum, or not Applebaum, what was his name? Joseph something, the guy who got shot in the head. Anyway, a lot of people, like, I posted it like, oh, tribute for him, and people thought like I was this leftist guy who was actually like honoring his memory. But if they watched it, they'd be like, oh, okay, I see what he did. But I got so many people mad at me and like, trying to attack me. 30 seconds behind? Oh, is it lagging that bad? I guess I'll have to wait 30 seconds for a response, logically, then.
Nice! Wow! So you just came independently?
Excuse me. I still cough like a bitch sometimes. I've been smoking for years now, but I hope the stream's not 30 seconds behind. That would suck.
That's awesome, dude. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I mean, you got hand washing. You said you got.
By the way, if it's just your computer, I don't know. Little advice, if you got the money. I mean, I didn't have a lot of money, but what I tried to do was I tried to put a computer together for like less than $500 with shipping and everything else. Excuse me. And what I did was I got a Dell Optiplex. If you look up Dell Optiplex builds, there's the big chassis and then you have the mini chassis. These are just desktop PCs, not laptops, by the way. They might have a laptop variant, I don't know. But you can basically take parts out, put parts in. You know, they're very modular in a sense. They're very workable. You can get, I got an i7 processor with a mouse, Dell keyboard, everything else that came with it for $200. And then basically put my own GPU inside that I got for like $40. It was only a 2 gig VRAM and everything, but yeah, I got that. Don't really need it for much, but I just figured it would help like encoding and editing and stuff. Then I bought two 8 gigabyte Crucial RAM sticks, so I have about 16 gigs of RAM. So an i7 16 gigs. I got a solid state drive, 128 gigs that I boot my OS off the SSD, and then I have a secondary SSD. which if you've never had a solid state drive, it's so much better. Sorry, I'm like really annoying and rambling, but my point is you can make a computer like a really fast, modern, almost gaming computer, even if you wanted to, for less than $500. Probably even less than $400 if you really, really pushed it. Because I didn't have a monitor laying around, so I had to buy a monitor. That was $100 right there. You know, I didn't want to, but hey, whatever. But either way, I spent just under $500 to get everything with shipping, and it was worth it. I went from encoding a video that took like 2.5 hours, even if it was like a 20-minute video, and now I can get it in like 20 minutes. So it's pretty sweet.
I'm going to be trying some interesting things tonight, trying to get some different types of
All right, the video quality's starting to get a little better.
This off, we're setting it down and taking pictures and stuff like that.
By the way, I can make people mods in here, and I was thinking about it. Bobby, definitely. Larry Axblade, if you'd like to be one too. I don't really know how to do it yet. I think I do it right here.
Attempt to keep a live stream going consistently.
I'm not going to bother with all that then tonight.
This is where this is kind of the group we'll be hanging out with until this.
If you guys are wondering why there's a baby in the corner too, by the way, I just pulled up random GIFs because I figured my computer desktop's going to be pretty boring. So it's just kind of something to laugh at every once in a while, I guess. I don't know. I thought it was funny. It's pretty stupid, but the editing was kind of perfect. Alright, guys. We're looking for male ponytails. I think that's one in the middle right there. I don't know. Women with dyed hair. Male ponytails. I think this might be a male ponytail. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, that's definitely a male ponytail. Take a shot. Wish the quality was better though. Oh, I'll try to do it tomorrow. I just don't want to pull up all my stuff and then go through everything on a live stream, you know what I mean? Even though I don't really care, but I already had weird stuff going around on my Discord. Not my Discord, but the Discord that I'm on. And it's like, I don't want someone seeing something that could, you know, give them access to my account or whatever. I already had someone either pretend to be me or whatever, making, I don't know. Stupid. It's like as soon as I made that video about Sandy Hook, not the documentary one that I tried to put together, which yeah, it's kind of cheesy, but you know, my editing skills are just getting better. I'm not going to be perfect, so I do apologize. If it didn't, you know, please anyone. But as soon as I started really trying to broach that subject, like the first time, I got attacked by this WAP-Tech truck. I'm looking at the truck as I'm talking. WAP-Tech troll guy, and yeah, he just, I don't know if he's nuts or whatever, but he I guess he goes after conspiracy theorists and tries to debunk them, and especially people who go after Sandy Hook. It's, you know, so I'm like, whatever. The dyed hair gals, it's all muted dyes. Seriously though, like, these Black Lives Matter protests, the funny thing is, I mean, it's not funny, it's a tragedy. This entire thing is sad, watching our entire country go down and these idiots bringing it down actively. It's like they should be out there protesting excise tax, property tax, the fact we don't have a loyal titleship, the fact we're forced to pay income tax, the fact we have to register our vehicles, the fact that we should have a social security number. There's so many things we should be out there protesting. Like, disband 90% of the federal government at least. You know, we'd have to get the states together, get a constitutional, you know, convention or whatever to try to ratify things and expressly limit federal power. You know what I mean? Like, give them like 5 things they can do and be like, nothing else. And then that's even going to be heavily monitored. But, you know, these people don't care. They have a very limited scope, and it's all divide and conquer. You know, you get black against white, gay against straight, you know, Christian, Muslim, Jew, whatever you want to say. And everyone just, they're focusing on stupid shit that makes no sense. And then you see the type of people and their character that are, like, participating in this, and it's like, I'm not left, I'm not right, I'm not any of that. I'm beyond that. It's not real. It's like, but the people who typically subscribe to what you would call the left tend to be like, you know, the women that you see, you're like, nope, not interested. Like, you look at them and just go, ugh. Like, they're usually like, you know, nothing wrong with an overweight woman, but 90% of them are like incredibly overweight, and they all have these short dyed haircuts and all these unnecessary tattoos and piercings, and it's just like, ugh. And then just trying to have a conversation with them is almost impossible. It's like talking to a wall. The moment you say anything, they get offended. At least in my case, it's, oh my god. I had a Tinder for a brief stint, and, just like scrolling around, and I'm like, oh my god, dude, like, humans have devolved so far. It's like they're not even individual people. It's like they're just one consciousness spread out over multiple bodies. They're that unoriginal. So, scary. Alright. I think I'm on still. Okay. Sorry, I'm just ranting. High and bored. These people are so brainwashed, man. Oh, is that a male ponytail? Oh no, that's a girl. Damn. Yeah, alright, so these, like, they're just these brainwashed, like, young college kids for the most part, right? And I'm not that old, but I'm not that young. I'm 29. So it's like, I did try the college thing, but it's, okay, so I had an English class, and one of my first, this is probably like my second or third week just enrolled, and it was like one of my first assignments I had, and he wanted me to write a paper or something about how Karl Marx had such revolutionary ideas, and how, like, if you applied them right, they could have worked or something to that effect, basically, is what he wanted me to do. And I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm like, do you know who Karl Marx was? And he's like, yeah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing this. And I'm like, whatever, drop me out, withdraw me, I'm not doing this stupid shit. And I just left. And didn't even email the guy or anything after that, nothing. Just, I just left college. I'm like, yep, this is not for me. This is super gay. But hey, at least the stream quality is pretty decent now. Quality isn't 240p. I didn't know. Oh, are you talking about the dudes who hung those signs over the overpass? Because if not XSplit, I don't know what you're talking about. I'll have to look into it, and I wouldn't mind to. There's so many things I probably missed in the last, like, week. Yeah, let's protest tyranny and oppression, and let's stand 6 feet apart and wear a mask. And let's only do it in a designated area under police supervision. It's like they're... I couldn't imagine what it would be like being that stupid. To, like, just waste your time in a complete exercise in futility and just be an unwitting dupe in your own destruction. I mean, I guess I can't say that. I was in the military, so I was an unwitting pawn, you know. I guess I'm no better. But now having the self-awareness and being able to, you know, think critically and use discernment, I cannot imagine being like these people. It's just like, and then they're holding an American flag upside down, like, ironically not realizing that they're the direct cause of the turmoil. Or one of the symptoms of it, I should say, actually. Central banking and stuff like that's the direct cause, obviously. But sorry, when I smoke, I just ramble, by the way. I do that normally, but I guess I'm not used to having anyone to talk to because I'm just so off in my own world trying to look into what I'm interested in, I guess. which isn't what most people care about. Most people care about Justin Bieber's haircut and Kim Kardashian's asshole. I'm like, hey, what about the Rothschilds? What are they about? And people are like, shut up, fag. It's like that movie Idiocracy, where he goes to the doctor, Justin Long, and he's like, man, your shit's all fucked up and you're talking like a fag. Sorry if my language offends anybody, by the way. I mean, I'm really not, but I'm not trying to be overtly, gratuitously, obscene. Acid? Is that what you think causes me to ramble? Because I have done acid a lot of times. Honestly, I couldn't count. If I had to guess, it's over 30. But then again, I guess if I can't chemically test it myself, it could have been a research drug, 2CE or 2CI, whatever those things are called. You can get research chemicals relatively easy online. I don't know. What if space isn't real at all, Axeblade? Which it might not be. But then again, Flat Earth could just be a psyop too. I don't know. Either way. Get Dormgal interested in acid? I'm not familiar with the reference. You talk about getting college women interested in acid to wake them up mentally? Is that what you're saying? Alter the psyche of the generation currently causing the issues and not understanding concepts? By the way, when you see someone saying the word revolution, be wary. Probably don't take advice from that person. I just saw a woman holding up a revolution sign. We want a constitutional restoration. We don't want a revolution. If I really had to have it my way, I would rather be a, anarchist. But in theory, it could work. But just like communism, in practice, it's never going to work. It just wouldn't work. People would demand government, but there's always going to be that type of group of people anyway. But our constitutional republic is really the best the world has ever done up to now. So, I mean, I would just rather go back to that, the best we could. Like, remember the Old West, you know what I mean? Remember before Social Security numbers were a thing, before there was a national income tax, where it's like, what was that Louis C.K. joke? He's like, you could just walk up to a bar in the middle of nowhere with a nickel, and he's like, get me a horse, and get me a room for the night, and get me a woman, and get me a beer, Like, your money meant something, You were a free person, you were sovereign, really. You could just kind of do what you wanted. Accelerated rotation? How do you mean? And no, I did not get a infiltrating university comment. If there was one that preceded that would have added context. I didn't get it, no. Oh, man.
So we're here for is to see what's going on.
How the stupid don't realize they're stupid. Every single one of these idiots is wearing a mask. I've yet to wear a mask this entire time, and I won't wear one. I went into a store, actually, like a few days ago, a week ago now, and she's sitting out there waiting, you know what I mean? Like, they're waiting for you to get out of your car so that way they can press the issue before you even make it in the store. And she's like, sir, I'm like, if you're going to tell me to wear a mask, the answer is no, thank you, bye. And I just walked past her. And she's like, sir, it's our policy. I'm like, I don't care. I'm not doing it. And I just walk by them, And for the most part, it works out in my, favor. But she wanted to press the issue. Then she went in the store. She didn't say anything, but then she just like kind of followed me around and just did the whole like putting her hands in front of her, crossing them, staring at me, trying to, make me feel awkward. I'm like, I don't fucking care, you stupid bitch. Stand there all day. I'm like, in fact, I just thought of 50 more things I had to buy. So let me get a cart, But, yeah, she just stood there and I'm like, whatever, bitch. So then I go up to the register. No one else is giving me any shit, but she's just like standing there. Then she migrates towards the exit again, like as if to say something on the way out, like her final kind of like, aha. And I look at her and I'm like, look, I'm getting to that exploit. What I told her, I'm like, look, this isn't anything personal, but I'm not wearing a mask. I'm like, I don't care what your policy is. I'm not wearing a mask. And she's like, well, it is personal because you're putting other people at risk. I'm like, look, lady, you don't know if I have a medical condition, do you? She's like, no. She's like, but you didn't. I'm like, but I don't have to tell you, actually. And you're not allowed to ask. Did you know that? I'm like, so if I don't wear a mask and I tell you I'm not going to wear a mask, just assume that I have a reason not to. Because you have no reason to assume I don't. And since you're not enforcing a law and I'm not breaking any laws, then I'm just going to go in the store. And by the way, yeah, it's private property. But once you open your doors to the public, you are now a public accommodation. Which means you now voluntarily subjugated yourself to certain codes and laws. So you cannot refuse me service. If I say wearing a mask is against my religion because I believe my immune system is perfect the way it is and I don't need to add to it or supplement it, and wearing a mask is an affront to my God, how can you argue otherwise? Is that live stream too loud, by the way? You got the ignorant people blasting music in the background. Music has devolved, huh? Oh my God. I don't even want to call that music. I'm reluctant to call it noise. We went from songs like I Want to Hold Your Hand to Wet Ass Pussy by Cardi B. Which, by the way, went to number 1, guys. We did it. We got our girl Cardi to number 1. Couldn't have done it without us, guys. Those are some pretty large signs. Or, they painted, yeah, they painted it. So you hear, like, the fan in the background and all that? Excuse me. I'm also smoking, so you might hear my bubbler and all that jazz. I was saying the other night on a live stream, like, imagine just, like, how many, like, incels and all that are just like on their Tinder right now, just like furiously swiping like right on every single chick. Like the only reason they went there is just so that way they could hopefully get laid by like maybe one of the grossest chicks that would. I just came down here to show my support. I'm a feminist. I know I have white privilege and I acknowledge it. And I'm just here to, black power. Hey guys, we're oppressed. Get your merch. Jesus music interspersed with Pantera's ZZ Top. I mean, hey, that's a pretty good, pretty valid checklist of music for the night. That's another thing too I've noticed about women my age, or like in my age group in 20s, their taste in music is god awful. If I say like, oh, I really like Incubus, I like their album Science, I think that was a good album, and they go, oh my god, Incubus, they sing that song Drive, right? I'm like, yeah, that's them. Yeah, it's really good, I love them. And it's like, you don't even know, you can't even name an album, but yet it's like, alright. Or it's like, oh my god, I love Da Baby. That's like the newest rapper that everyone's like just infatuated with. That's god damn, just the stupidity. But then you get into the whole private prison, complex conspiracy where in the early 90s or late 80s the record execs all got together with the private industry or private prison guys, or maybe they owned stakes in both or whatever, and then started promoting violence and drug use and things like that in music because they wanted to target black people, dumb them down, make them commit crimes, so that way they could then arrest them and then make more money on the other end of having them in prison and keeping like a 90% occupancy. So seeing music the way it is now isn't really surprising, considering, and then you just see people so dumb, like, look at these people, look at that, look at this bitch. She's just cruising for dick. That's the only reason she's there. Look at her. She's like, someone give me dick. Hey, I'm over here. Give me some dick. This guy, ponytail. Boom, ponytail right there. He's like, I'll give you some dick. Hey, you want to hold my ponytail? I never usually let a girl do that. Look at him. Man, he's really trying to... He's like one of those exotic birds that have like a courtship dance. He has to like dance around her, present his ponytail. She has to smell it, she has to approve. Get out of the way, guy. You're blocking magnificence. Oh, look at this guy. Bicycle shorts and helmet waist. Alright, there you go. Get out of the way, guy. Dude, look at this guy. He's going nuts, huh? She's already gone. He didn't even notice. This is in Washington, D.C., Natty Paws. Dude, man, there's so many male ponytails. Is that another one or is that a woman? I can't tell. Honestly, I can't tell anymore. What the fuck kind of shoes are those? You see that? Oh, you got a guy in a cape. Naturally. Dude, this ponytail guy, he's looking for action. You're looking at the future of our country, guys. Looks positive, huh? Just listen to that music and just the man. Ugh. I guess if you were looking to make drug connects, though, this would be like the best place. It took me 10 years to be able to find DMT and actually be able to do it from someone that I trusted. Like, it's not that common, at least where I'm at. Like, I bet you could go here, you could probably get coke within 5 minutes. You could probably be doing any hallucinogen you could probably imagine. Ask for a beard. Natty Paws, I totally agree with you, but trying to convey the topics I try to cover in my videos and then try to cover as much ground as I do in such a short amount of time, it's hard, and you come off as manic and crazy most of the time when you're like, okay, well, you have to start at the Rothschilds, and you have to, and it's like, people don't understand central banking. They don't understand that most of what they've been told their entire lives is a complete lie. They don't understand that authority figures that they were brought to trust are really, just these people that could care less about them, and who will be bought out by anyone willing to pay. Just trying to convince just very simple concepts, but I guess would be considered complicated now. It's just hard, especially my generation. They've been infused with technology, for lack of better words. You know what I mean? From an early age, I can remember the first time I used a computer. I think I was 9. Back when we had those, those big colored Macs with the fat backs, the iMacs from like '99. And yes, it is DC. Imports more coke than the rest of the country. Of course, the government imports all the drugs. The government controls the drugs, the sex trafficking, child pornography, you name it. The government's like, hey, what's the worst possible fucked up shit we could do? Let's do that. And then they do. And then they go, hey, this person in this country is the best at doing this fucked up shit. Let's bring them here. And then they go, yeah, let's get the best team of the most fucked up people we can. And then we're the test subjects. We're the goyim, the cattle. I forgot where I was going before I even said that. I'm sorry. But I think I was saying basically our country is doomed because trying to convince topics, like trying to be like, hey, maybe think of it this way. There is no left and right. It's all controlled. Elections aren't real. Money isn't backed by anything. Who prints the money? What is an interest-based debt system? Why do we pay taxes? Why do we do this? Why do you do that? It's hard. People my age just want to get fucked up most of the time because life sucks so bad that they just want to be numb to it. When you were 9, I was 29. Well, it's a good thing you weren't trying to date me. Look how tight this guy's pants are in the front, by the way, with the black shirt. He's like getting mad. He's like, no, this guy said my pants weren't tight enough. And I'm like, they're pretty tight. And he's like, no, bro, they could be tighter. And I'm like, no, they can't. All right, let's see. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, another ponytail. Oh, God. If I was there, I would just start chants that don't make any sense. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. Tampons are rape. Just see how many people join you. I think waking up relies a lot upon, in my experience at least, facing adversity. People who tend to face more adversity from an earlier age basically get this ability to adapt into situations a lot easier and fluidly than people who don't. People who don't face a lot of adversity and are kind of sheltered and insulated most of their lives and kind of have things handed to them. My friend Jake is a great example of that. Those people tend to be more selfish, more self-centered. They tend to think the world kind of owes them almost in a way, or that they're deserving of something they didn't earn, as opposed to people like me who kind of had to fight from a young age of hey, I gotta figure this out because this puts food in my stomach, If you don't have those type of problems, and I guess intelligence would be directly linked to that. Part of it would probably be genetic too, but just being able to adapt quickly and overcome situations and, think of a goal, actualize it, and then execute it. A lot of people aren't able to do that. Sorry, my voice. Need to get some water. That's funny. Someone posted in my comments about the guy who died, the Jonathan Applebaum, I think his name is. It's not funny, I guess someone died, but the guy was a total piece of filth, and I really don't feel bad that he died. I don't. If you're asking me honestly as a human being, if you hurt a child, you're not a person to me anymore. I don't care about you. Your feelings are void at that point. So, in your rights as far as I'm concerned. But, some guy just commented, he's like, he died what he loved doing, chasing minors, which I thought was pretty funny. She keeps getting muffled by her chins on the, they keep rubbing against the microphone. What are you, 12? Did you just see that person? Does this look like a protest or a turkey raffle? Kind of looks like a local turkey raffle community event of like a dance off or DJ competition. Yeah, they're really conveying the point they want to make. It looks. Oh, oh, look at this guy dancing. Oh man, this is gold. Look at this guy. Is that The Weeknd? Yeah, laugh it up, idiot. You're burning our country down as you speak. With your hoop earrings and your... Am I still on? I don't know how to check the health of the stream, by the way. This is my first one, so... How long do you think it takes for someone breaks one of those down? Thank you, I just wanted to make sure. I don't expect a lot of people to tune in. I didn't even think more than one would. I figured Bobby would probably be my guy. Oh, we got a guy with long hair right there that could potentially become a ponytail, so I'm going to count that. Man, these people just look like a collective of idiots. Yeah, you gotta start somewhere, but at the same time, really, all this is doing is just achieving Agenda 21 goals. They want to disband the police, they want to install like a one world police force under the control of the UN. We're not going to get there yet, but this is one step towards it. That's really all it is, and these people are just unwitting dupes. Do I agree that there should be police? Absolutely not. I mean, I think we should just handle things on the local level, you know? If there's a pedophile down the street and he does something and some guy kills him, hey, you know, shit happens. You know, if some guy beats the shit out of someone's daughter, someone hears about it, that guy gets, you know, taken care of, hey, shit happens. We don't need the police, we really don't. You know, they used to have duels. You could just be like, I disagree with you, sir. Do you want to handle this? Let's shoot each other in the face. Oh. Well, anyway, yeah. I mean, I wanted to live stream it. What the fuck kind of haircut was that? Did you see those bangs? But I want to do a live stream before, but it's like, I don't know. I get nervous enough trying to film videos because I feel like I ramble too much anyway, and I just like want to cover so many topics, but I don't want to just go off point and then just make people disinterested. I want to try to get them information that maybe they weren't going to get somewhere else, and they go, oh shit, I didn't even know that, or oh wow, I didn't even think of that. Like, I want to just spark that. If I could give one person that, that's the whole reason I do this. This live stream in particular, I kind of just want to commentate on what I think's going on, and then, you know, I guess just kind of mess around until you're the one accused. What do you mean? Like accused of like, I don't know what you mean. Or did I miss a comment? Can't tell if that's a police vehicle or if that's a regular. Yeah, no, those are police, I think. Obviously, the ones labeled police are police, but that unmarked looks like a Suburban.
It's unbiased. Information is possible based on first-hand accounts of what we see firsthand while we live stream events.
Accused of a crime and your neighbors come after you. It could be the case. I mean, I don't mean be judge, jury, executioner. Like if you hear, oh, this guy did this, let's go get him. But I mean, like if you can verify it, like if you know, like, oh, there's a guy, down the street that like Family Guy does it perfectly. Like everyone in the town's like, oh yeah, that's Herbert. He's a pedophile. Like he's there. Watch out. Like if people can like establish like, yeah, this is a person that you need to, watch out for. And if that person got taken care of, but then again, you are right in the sense that everyone should have a fair trial. I do believe that. And I'm just letting my opinion and emotion get the best of me, which isn't a good idea. But sometimes I just gotta vent too. We get stressed and we watch all this stuff happen and we feel like we can't do anything and we just sit back and watch it all burn. And I just hate it.
So from what I understand, there's going to be 7,800 fireworks going off.
Is this the beginning of the so-called occupation at the White House? I don't know. I think it's already under occupation, Natty Paws. I think that it's under occupation by Zionist Israel and has been for a while. Probably since before Kennedy, but definitely since Kennedy. What are they playing, like Earth, Wind, and Fire? Yeah, people do make mistakes, Bobby, you're right. And in all honesty, like I hate being that guy that says things about people and judging people because, I could be judged myself. And it's, I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But, I don't want to have hate in my heart either. That's something that I try to deal with a lot. But it's like these two guys that just walked by, like for me to not say they looked very funny, that's hard for me not to do. Like those guys were just queer as the day is long. And that was funny. Nothing wrong with being gay. But when you walk around looking like that, all weird, it's weird. So it's like I try not to do that, but it's funny. I have to. And that's something I do try to work on. I try not to be so caustic, I guess. Because I don't hate people. But I do generally tend to be misanthropic. Only because of what I see on a daily basis. I try not to be. Natty Paws. Okay, what I meant was that BLM and Antifa have been saying there will be an occupation for 50 days or something. Not sure when it was supposed to start. Maybe after the election. I didn't hear that. I'm not aware of that. You could very well be right. I haven't looked into it. I will look into it tomorrow, though, and I will find out. I don't know if this is the beginning. It could be. I don't know. I mean, if they did try to do something like that, it would be incredibly stupid. Like the moment someone tries to climb that fence.
Are they like shifts? Is that what's going on right now?
Excuse me.
That's kind of interesting.
I'm smoking, by the way. That's not Corona, which doesn't exist.
The darn magic tank dude gets in the way. this is what I'm trying to get tonight. That's magic tape.
So if anyone's watching and you don't know where this is, it's Washington, D.C. I didn't put it in the title because I had one stream and then it changed, and I didn't know if it would continue in that location, so come on. Oh my god, what the hell? Come on, what are you doing? Alright, I guess in the meantime, I have to see what the hell this is.
Laura Mercier, you'll like this.
Oh my
Never
god.
stay away?
Oh my god, you could fit a...
Want it with-
Holy, look at that gap.
Alright, big Bertha brush from Dr. J. Slade. If y'all need some new brushes, right?
Alright, I'm done with that. Here we go, it's back on. Oh man, I'm sorry you guys had to see that. I didn't know what that... I thought it was a guy at first, honestly. But, no offense, if she did have like cancer or anything like that, then I do apologize. I don't know. But just seeing that without context is, is insane. What is that?
These guys are very bugging me out.
Is the audio all right on that? Or should I turn it up a little bit? Sorry, that's gonna bug me. There we go. Oh, Running Man. You know what that dance says? It says, I don't care what anyone around me thinks of me. And you go, girl. You do you. Look at this haircut. Did you let people know at Discord you would be streaming? I did on a couple, but see, the thing with that is, too, like, I don't want to be that douchebag that just, like, goes to other channels and be like, hey, guys, check my channel out, fuck this thing, and look at my thing. You know what I mean? Like, I think that a lot of the people in this circle tend to, like, go between camps and just kind of, like, you know, pick things up from different ones, and they don't just follow one person, so... You know, with their permission, like, Memory Holds giving me a shout out, and like, awesome to him, like, really seriously, he's been really helpful in that regard, to try to get people to watch my stuff, and I really appreciate that. He's genuinely a good guy. Bellagio as well, he's given me a shout out. He's supported me too. Really just, I mean, Titus Frost has too, but I mean, he's kind of busy doing he's being censored himself, but I don't want to, like, spam, is my point, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to get out there and try to, you know, but it's not really about views and all that either, too. It's about just getting, like I said, information out to people. And maybe they'll be like, oh, I never thought of that, you know? tonight is just kind of fun and just, hey, if you guys had questions or whatever too, you know, you guys want to talk about anything, I'm cool with that. You guys have any ideas, throw them out there. This is really just something, you know, fun. Yeah, Memory Hold, he's a good guy. I've been following him, I think, since like 2015, 2016. I remember I followed him, and I think his original channel got deleted, and then he made another one, if I'm not mistaken. And I've just been following him ever since. I would, you know, go on his live streams. I've tried to donate money when I can too, but I don't think they even let you do that now. But yeah, he's just seemed like a genuine guy to me, and he seemed like to be one of the only people at the time who was even researching it or even gave a fuck about it. Pardon my language, but you know, you could tell he was genuinely passionate and getting very aggravated at what he was seeing, and it was just bringing this fire in him, and it kind of like it, you know, inspired me to want to do it more, definitely, because he's putting himself out there. I mean, I wouldn't mind putting my face and name out there. I don't care. I have no qualms with it necessarily. There's just other people I don't want to get caught up in the crossfire, so to speak, you know what I mean? So, me personally, I've put my face on the internet multiple times. People know my name. Certain people in the chat probably actually know my real name, and all that, which I don't really care, but I'm not hiding anything. But he definitely puts his face and name out there, so I give him credit for that. Titus too, they both do. Two really good channels. Titus gets censored regularly. His stuff doesn't even pop up in my feed. So just look at this guy. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. This is ignorance. Well, that guy, oh my god. I think he was wearing booty shorts. By the way, you see these people walking around with vests and everything. I'm just going to give you a little information. If you want to buy a vest and you want to protect yourself from like 5.56 or even just 223, you know, and up to 7.62 FMJs, get a level 4 vest. Go to bodyarmoroutlet.com. They operate out of New Hampshire. You can get a tactical shooter's kit I bought mine for less than $400 with shipping. So you can do it. It is legal depending where you live. You want at least a level 4 plate. And I'm a big guy. I'm almost 6'2", so I should have got a bigger one. I regret it, but you know, if you're in close quarters combat, it's mostly going to be center mass shots. So you're not going to have to worry about an ACH. You're not going to have to worry necessarily, unless you're that guy the other day that unfortunately took a direct shot right to the bicep. If you saw that image, I would pull it up, but I don't know if YouTube will get all gay. Yeah, I don't always agree with everybody either. There's some people, like Alex Jones, when I was first waking up, I saw his stuff, and I was an avid defender. I'm like, why are people shitting on this guy? He seems to be on point. I'm like, that's probably why they're shitting on him. And then I start to look at his connections to Israel, and just in general, certain things he wouldn't cover. He was very reluctant to touch Israel. He wouldn't talk about Zionism, and I'm like, huh. And yeah, so I don't trust everything, but he does have good things to say. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, as they say, right? If you pick a jewel up, you know, and you don't like what they have to say, you can move on, find someone else, pick a jewel up, right? And always use critical thinking and discernment, and always research for yourself. Don't ever believe a word I just say, ever. In fact, if I make a claim and I'm very sure about it, you should try to debunk it to see if it's true. I could be wrong. I'm not trying to intentionally put misinformation out, but I have been wrong. I was wrong about the nun in my Sandy Hook documentary. One of them was identified. The information I found only pointed to them not being identified. So, could be wrong. It happens. Also, that video that I played, I don't think I did a retraction for this, but no one has said anything, but just personally, it bothered me. But the World Health Organizer, or World Health Organization Director, Tedros, or whatever his name is, the wimpy-looking guy with the mustache, I had a video of him dancing at a gay bar, and I thought it was him, and I'm like, oh, this guy. And I guess it turned out to be some other guy that isn't him, but looks like him. So I was wrong. That is not him. I still think his character is horrible, and he could probably be gay. I don't know.
These guys are, ingenuity is insane.
Yeah, he's not wrong. Some of these people are going all out. See, revolution, nothing less. Like I said, when you see revolution, run the other way. What we want is a peaceful restoration of our constitutional republic. We do not want a revolution.
Try to get around this without actually coming. There's your medics.
Man, every time I see a person with a mask, I just weep. I really do. So stupid. And I mean, a lot of people have good intentions, but I mean, come on, folks. If you don't realize this isn't a real pandemic by now, I don't know what to tell you. I really, really don't. I mean, come on. Okay, a few things on Kyle, Natty Paws, since you asked. The question was, okay, do you think Kyle has any hope of not spending a long time in prison? At first, when they said he was 17 and he crossed state lines, I didn't know he had crossed state lines, because I know that in some states you can't legally buy a firearm, but you can be given a firearm if you're not 18. I believe it's 16. It might even be 14. But certain states you can do that, and I believe Alabama is also the only state you can purchase a handgun at 18 instead of 21. So when I heard that, I'm like, oh, he committed a felony. He has a gun, he's underage, he crossed state lines, he killed people. It won't even matter if it's self-defense, which it clearly was from the video. It was self-defense, although he did not have to be there in the first place. The whole thing could have been avoided. He's a naive, young, 17-year-old kid who he's been brainwashed to think one thing or another, whether it's to support cops, whether it's not, who knows. All my point is he's young and impressionable. I was 17 when I joined the military, so it's like, now, I think that was one of the worst decisions of my life, but at 17, I didn't think that. So it's like, you know, you have to look at it in that regard, but you also have to look at it as people are dead. The people that are dead, they're not necessarily, you know, the best people, if you look at their criminal record. But then again, no one just deserves to have their life taken away, and he didn't have to be there, but it was self-defense. That guy threw a cocktail at him, among other things. If you look into it, it was self-defense. He has hope of not spending a long time in prison, because if the gun wasn't illegal and they rule it self-defense, there's going to be nothing that they can do. But when I made that video, my point of it was, it's going to be a catalyst event. No matter the regard, if he walks or he doesn't walk, the outcome will be bad, and it will flame tensions, because people on the supposed right or whatever that identify him as a hero or this or that, they're gonna be like, oh man, fuck that, let's go out there and do this, you know. Or you'll have the people that get mad if he gets off completely and be like, they'll be like, oh fuck, you know, he got off, let's riot even more, and let's just kill white people now, you know, like stuff like that, even though the people he killed were white. So either way, the outcome isn't good, but it is a catalyst event. Lud Rem, welcome. It was nice to see you. You're not really missing much. We're just hanging out. I'm catching a protest. This is Washington, D.C. We're just talking about random stuff, so if you have a topic, hey. Bobby, I think he will be overcharged, and that will be to his advantage. like I said, if he didn't actually, like, if crossing the state lines with his mother as it was, and he had permission to have the firearm and all that, and I guess he was only like 15, 20 minutes away, so it's like living on the New Hampshire-Massachusetts border or something, you know, it's you know, I've done that most of my life, so it's like you can cross each way. You might cross the state lines a couple times a day, you know. On paper, it sounds worse than it is when it's a regular thing to do for your job or something, you know. But, yeah, he wasn't that far away. It was clearly self-defense. He didn't have to be there in the first place. He's a young, impressionable, naive kid who thought he was doing the right thing, got way overwhelmed and in over his head, and it ended poorly. And that's what happened. I don't think the kid should be put in jail, honestly. This probably scared the shit out of him to the point where he will probably drastically alter his personality and his courses of action from here on out. If not, try to completely change his identity. So I don't think we need to worry about him ever doing anything to anyone. I'm pretty sure he's not a problem to society and doesn't need to be locked in a cage for the rest of his life. And the people who died, like I said, not really a great group of people. One was a woman beater, one was arrested for burglary and wasn't allowed to carry a firearm and then got shot in the arm holding a firearm, I think illegally. The other guy was a supposed pedophile. Hey man, no problem. I don't normally stream. How's the quality to you? Do you think it looks alright? The audio and all that. I can't really make the video any bigger. I'm just trying to make things fit, so. God, look at this guy dancing with the hat. He really likes Rihanna. Oh, they mixed it in with Michael Jackson. Or maybe people are just playing two different songs at once. I can just picture people walking around with DJ, like, portable equipment, just like, oh man, this is my time to shine. And they just follow protests around, just setting up tables. Remember guys, take a shot every time you see a man with a ponytail or a woman with dyed hair and who's also fat. Look at this guy pretending to crip walk. Oh man, I hate people. Hey, at least I can play some popular music. What's the word? Tacitly? Or indirectly. And not get hit with copyrights. Which most of my videos do, by the way. One got blocked. If you're familiar with Jim Morrison, in 1969 he had a concert in Miami where allegedly they say he pulled his dick out and then got arrested, but people who were there say that didn't happen. And if you listen to the audio during, I believe, 5 to 1, he was, just verbally berating the audience like, you're all slaves, what are you going to do about it? You love it, don't you? And I wanted to use that clip because it gave perfect context for what I was trying to, the concept I was trying to put forth. And they hit me with a copyright strike saying I used the song. I'm like, you do realize I didn't... There was a minor drum instrumental maybe, but I didn't play any music. They didn't sing the whole time. It was literally just him yelling at the audience. So you're going to hit me with a copyright strike and then block it for that reason. Go fuck yourselves. Excuse me. So does this look like a protest for oppressed people to you? I really don't know what their goal is. Is that Cassidy rapping in the background? Haven't heard that guy in years. I don't know if that's him. Yeah, they, Natty Paws thinks that the protesters came from elsewhere. Didn't they actually arrest an entire bus full of people for that reason? The feds? But people do. But when they say, like, came from elsewhere, I mean, a lot of people are coming from, like, 15 minutes away, 20 minutes away. A street party, yeah, exactly. It's a block party. I'm in New Hampshire, and I had people going to Boston who I knew that literally just went up there to try and start shit. Like, they just wanted to, like, not militia members or anything like that, but just dudes that were just douchebags. They're just going up there just yelling shit and just being dicks. And, yeah, so people do that. And look at this chick just twerking. What is this about? This isn't even about rights or anything. Yeah, you look so oppressed. Hey, everyone, watch my asshole wiggle. Hey, hey, are you looking at my asshole? How close is Chicago to Kenosha? I don't know. I was stationed when I was a truck driver in Minnesota for a while. So I went to Wisconsin, I went to Iowa, I went to Illinois, I went to South Dakota and North Dakota. So you can get to each state relatively quickly in a day, but these guys don't look any good. Something's happening. But I personally don't know. I think it's pretty close, or at least within a couple hours. Yeah, whenever you see a bunch of dudes walking around menacingly wearing all black, is that a guy twerking? Nope, just a very masculine woman. I don't think these people even know what they're there for. I think they just want human connection, and they're very misguided in going about doing it. Like every guy you see looking down at their phone, by the way, they're looking at Tinder matches. That's what they're doing. They're swiping right, trying to get lucky. That's literally all they're doing. Look, that guy right there. Every guy you see looking down at his phone, just know that's what he's doing. Look, there's one right there. Come on, man, what the fuck? I'm not getting any matches, man. Think it's because I'm bald? Look, that guy was on his phone. Not seeing too many ponytails. Seen like 5 male ponytails tonight, though. That's a record. Oh, I don't know if that was one. Man bun. Keep in mind, too, it's basically 10 o'clock where I'm at, so I think this might be 2 hours behind or 1 hour behind. I can't even remember. I hate time zones. It always confuses me. And yes, I know, we're getting some eye candy to the left. One hour, 11 minutes. Excuse me. Thank you, Bobby. That's actually not too far. So yeah, I can see a lot of people coming there. You know what I mean? Like I said, it sounds worse on paper, right? You won't sleep? Yeah. You'll be there all night. I think I know why this guy wants to keep this shot. Too many ponytails, yeah. Like I said, guys, take a shot every time you see a man with a ponytail or a woman with dyed hair and who is also fat. And if you see a guy with dreads, too, that counts. A white guy with dreads, I mean. Those are the worst, right? When you see those guys, ugh. Like, you immediately just hold whatever breath you have in as you go by because you just assume that they're going to smell horrible. Like burnt piss. These people look so oppressed, honestly. Hey guys, get your Kambuka. I make it myself, guys. Hey guys, get your essential oils. This one promotes well-being. Crystals. Get your crystals. I hate when people set off fireworks. That shit, oh. Like every 4th of July that sets me off every time. Like I'm like just sitting there relaxing. I hear pop, 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 pop. I'm like, fuck, man. I hate loud noises in general though, so kind of like hypersensitive to them. Pisses everyone else off, but it makes me a very quiet neighbor, that's for sure. This guy wearing a pig mask? Oh, yeah. Oh, get it? Because officers are pigs. Haha, get it? I'm so fucking clever. Look at me. Ha ha ha.
Ground level news. Working with Grassroots Activists International Association and Observable Universe. Check out both of those.
I seen a lady at a protest the other day. It was, she had like a cutout of Biden sniffing her hair, and she had it like above her. I don't know if any of you saw that, but it was super funny. Like she carried it around basically on her shoulders, like Biden was trying to sniff her hair. Oh, that was good. I love creativity like that. That's funny. Fuck the police and military. Let's march and sing cadences to show them how much we don't like them and what they do. Yep, still going. Yeah, we're not on the streets having house parties. Or block parties, I mean. You got a DJ doing drops. Excuse me. We still going and everything? I hate when people blast their music, by the way. Nothing pisses me off more than when you hear people's bass and stuff, like driving by and all that. Oh my god. That and people who chew with their mouth open or make a lot of mouth noises when they, chew. I hate that. Is that a dress or is that like a jersey? Oh, that's a dress. I was like, what is this person wearing? Oh, I wouldn't go to Mexico, Natty Paws, for multiple reasons, not just because of the noise, but it would be a beautiful country. Honestly, except for like the murderous cartel. But at least down in Mexico, the corruption is more honest, if you get what I mean. If they're just like, hey, give me money and I'll leave you alone. And I go, alright. It's a lot better than just like, like covert weapons and like silent weapons, I guess. At least they're open with it. Or they don't lie to your face and tell you they're not raping you while they rape you. Oh, I guess it froze again. Let me see if I can get that going. What? Oh, is it not live anymore? No, let me see. I don't think this is it.
Block party. And so we are going to head back to the hotel. We need a good night's sleep. We will be back out here bright and early.
Nope, he's about to end it. This guy have a whole school bus.
Black Lives Matter.
Wait, what? Why is it not doing it? Oh well, I don't know how to pop it out now. It's not letting me do it. It's always something though, right? Here we go. Yeah, still live. I just, thanks for joining, Jules. I just had to get a stream because the one I was on ended, so. I wonder if the music was introduced to control the protesters, changing the mood from anger to party time. You never know. I was actually watching a stream last night, and the funny thing is, I shit you not, people brought fried chicken and started handing it out to people, just handing it to black people left and right. And I'm watching it, and the streamer who was doing it was black. And he's like, "Oh, thank you." And I'm like, "Wait, they're just handing out fried chicken?" I'm like, "Okay." And then someone was like, obviously for the fact that that was openly weird and on the nose, people are like, oh, maybe they drugged the food. That way it makes people tired and then they go home. I'm like, you never know. I mean, the government maybe would do something like that. Kind of weird. I mean, how to pull that off, I guess. Set up a fake non-profit group and then set up food on tables. I don't know. Man, and just to think all this effort and just fake showmanship just achieves nothing and means nothing. All this is just stupid and useless. It's the sad part. If anyone lives in this area, just start going there and just start infiltrating and being like, let's fucking not pay income tax, let's not pay excise tax, property tax, start saying stuff like that. Saying, let's not just disband the police, let's get rid of the CIA, get rid of the FBI, get rid of DHS. Let's start being legit and hijacking these protests and making them work in our favor. Organize, get out there. Actively participate. Obviously, if you're close by, though, don't be driving across state lines and, especially with all these stupid traffic, restrictions and crap, forcing you to quarantine and sign papers and give your numbers over and shit. I'm not doing that. If they tell me to do it, I'm going to say, go fuck yourself. So, I suggest you tell them the same. Nope, I'll pay the fine, not doing it. And then don't even pay the fine. A lot of people don't realize no is just as easy to say as yes. If someone says do this and you don't want to do it, you go no. And if they say do it, you go no, asshole, I'm not. And then if they try to force you to, well, you force them out of your immediate area. However you need to do that. You are a sovereign person. Just like with vaccines, when they say you have to get the vaccine, you have no right to refuse it. Okay, first of all, douchebag, if you don't have the ultimate right to determine what does or doesn't go in your body, you're not free, period. And if you're not free, you have nothing to lose. And if you have nothing to lose, that makes you very dangerous. Just remember you're free. Don't ever let anyone tell you you're not. Don't let anyone put anything in your body you don't want in your body. I mean, it could quite literally be accurately described as syringe rape. I mean, for lack of better words. If they force you to get a vaccine. So we got some Secret Service guys right here. But what is the problem, Jules? Excuse me. Oh, absolutely they're going to try to do that. I walked away. I was in a trade school, and I had a month before I graduated that I had the GI Bill paid for, pretty much all of it, and I was getting paid to go. Excuse me. But I walked away from it because they started implementing masks after they took almost 2 months off. And they said, and this was a, hands-on activity that you can't really do online classes with, that they were trying to force us to do for almost 2 months. So we got gypped out of 2 months of school. And they're like, oh, to come back, we have to do half capacity and everyone has to wear a mask. I'm like, I'm not wearing a mask. They say, well, then you can't come in the building. And I said, I don't care, I'm not wearing one. Who do I have to talk to? I ended up talking to the principal of the school. He went to the head instructor, and then he went to the president or whatever, and I ended up talking to like the highest guy. And I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm like, I will walk away right now and drop out of your school. I'm like, you have a guy who has perfect attendance, who gets great remarks and grades, who does good work, and who has a positive attitude and actually tries to give a shit, cleans up after himself, does everything you want, is just going to walk away because you want me to wear a mask. How frivolous and stupid. And they did. And I have yet to wear a mask, by the way, once, and I won't do it. I won't compromise. I'm not doing it, period, end of discussion, under any circumstance. So, you can say no. That's my point. I walked away. That's a $22,000 trade school. I walked away. I'm now going to incur that debt because I refuse to wear a mask. You can think it's stupid, but I actually walk the walk. I'm not one of those guys you hear that talk, and then if someone knocks on your door, freaks out. Nope, not me. And you should be that way too. Be strong, stand your ground, and don't accept any less. If someone tries to force you to do something, you say nope. Because ultimately, it's just going to be men with guns telling you what you have to do. And that's why you're armed, right? That's why we have the Second Amendment. It's what they want to take away. Yeah, don't go to work because you don't get the vaccine. Can't go to school. You don't have the vaccine. But they'll force it to where you can't participate in society, and that's the plan, because they want to get you microchipped and they want everything to be digital to make everything manageable, so there is no possibility for dissent, all that jazz. They'll probably be giving us forced inoculations to improve our mood, Yeah, don't wear one, Jules. Stick to your guns and just don't do it. Just don't give in. No is easier to say than yes, in my opinion. Yeah, write your name and phone number. You know what I do? They started implementing that a few years ago when I wanted to get a haircut. Say you go into like one of the chains, like Great Clips or whatever they're called, and they're like, your name, please. And I'm like, why do I need to give you my name for a haircut? And they're like, we just need it for... I'm like, well, you don't need it. That makes no logical sense. You don't need my name. She's like, well, I need your name and number. I'm like, you don't... Okay, first of all, I'm here to get a haircut. You don't need my name. That's irrelevant entirely. You don't need my phone number. You don't need my email. You don't need my address. You want that information. You most absolutely want it. I admit that, but I'm not going to give it to you, and you don't need it. And why do you need it? So you can just say no. I can't tell you how many people cut my hair under the name Harry Potter because I refused to give them my real name, and then they just gave me some bullshit name because they had to enter one for each customer. Just stupid things like that. Having a library card. Why do you think they have library cards? Do you think it's because they want to keep track of all the books? No. They want to keep track of who's reading what ideas are going in whose heads, and who to look out for. Think about it. That's really the only reason they exist. I can't think of another logical reason. They can tell you one thing, but it's clearly and obviously another. And look at this guy dancing. Holy shit. Makes me think of Chappelle's show, the guy doing the robot. I'm already there. I don't get what you mean. Oh, I walked away. I'm not going to write down my phone number. Could give a fake one. I don't see. Yeah, seriously. It's like, hey guys, we have this invisible enemy where 75% of the... Look at this guy dance, by the way. Oh my god. oh my god. By the way, wearing your pants like that in prison indicates that you do indeed and are indeed looking to take it in the butt. So just FYI. But what was I saying? Yeah, it's stupid. It's like a disease that like most people don't actually have symptoms, and they say asymptomatic people can't spread it, and then the people who do get it recover. It's like, and then they inflate the numbers if you get in a motorcycle accident and your head gets cut off, and they test the stump and you test positive for COVID, which they admit, CDC themselves, that the test is up to half the time wrong. So it's like, look at this guy. It's just stupid. It's the whole thing is absolutely a farce from beginning to end. And if one part of it's a lie, all of it's a lie. Because these people are trying to get you to radically change how you live based off this lie. So it does matter. And they don't need that info, Jules, you're right. At all, absolutely irrelevant, completely irrelevant.
So the cops will not move, so people are just dancing in front of them.
Yeah, real effective, bitch. Keep doing that. Keep gyrating your asshole, and I'm sure that'll provoke change. This is almost a comedy sketch. Like, if you didn't know this was a real protest, you would think that this is something someone wrote to be funny. Like, hey, instead of them fighting back, let's just have them, like, grind their pelvises on them. That'll piss them off. Yeah, that's funny. And look, they only care about Instagram. Look at this guy's like, hey, yo, it's your boy, stupid ass, here at the protest. You know. Oh, my God. We've devolved so far as a nation, as a people, as a collective, really. Yo, what up? It's your boy Bloodfart. I'm here at DC. Yo, check it out. Look, even the Secret Service guys have their phones out. Maybe they're recording, or if that's a press guy. By the way, if you're new to the chat tonight and you're watching the little baby clip in the bottom and you're like, what the hell? I just wanted to put something there to keep your attention, because just looking at someone's desktop when you can't make the video any bigger than it is, it's kind of boring. So he's there to maybe make you smile. I don't know. Makes me smile. I mean, just look at that face. It's so perfectly edited. That's cute. Oh, that's another thing too. People who put these anti-mask messages on your mask, stop doing that, please. That's about as effective as spraying Febreze on dog shit. It's not going to achieve anything, and it makes you look stupid. When you wear the mask, you're already submitting, and you're already saying, hey, I'm going to do whatever you tell me to do, and I'm not going to put up a fight. Don't worry about me, buddy. That's what you're saying when you wear a mask. When you put a message on the mask, like, masks are dumb. It's exponentially dumber that you put that on your mask, and you need to know that, so don't do that. If you heard that and got offended, well, my mask says sheeple with a line and a circle through it. Yeah, don't do that. Don't wear a mask. Just go outside. Maybe something's about to pop off, y'all. They got the gayest little clown horns. It's like walking around with a bunch of rape whistles. Listen to me, Buster. I'm here to make a point. Yeah, listen to me, Buster Brown. Better take me seriously, Jack. God. The stupidity and just ignorance because they are two different things, but they're just so prevalent. It's mind-numbing, really. They need to protest something that matters. Actually do something, people. To the basketball, oh yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? I hate when people like that, like unintentionally, ironically put pictures of people who represent ideas they don't even understand on things. Like putting Malcolm X on there. Malcolm X was an intelligent, articulate man who knew what was up, but I don't agree with everything he said, obviously. Same thing with, what's his face? Martin Luther King. You know, a lot of that guy I don't agree with because of his character and his moral compass and things he did in his private life, but I agree with a lot of what he said. But these people use Malcolm X, and I'm like, Malcolm X, if he saw you right now, he'd spit in your face. Call you a pussy. Like, sometimes I think to myself, I'm like, I mean, we probably all do this, like, oh man, if I could go back in time, I would do this, or I would show people this piece of technology, or do this, and it would blow their minds. Like, I'd go to the Middle Ages, and I'd show them an iPhone, and then I'd be their king. You know, if you really wanted to shock people, and you wanted to, you know, just like totally confuse the fuck out of them and maybe even start a world panic, you wouldn't have to do much, and you wouldn't even have to go back in time that far. Realistically, if you went back 20 years and you just like, you know, had a time machine, you popped out in the middle of like a crowded area, like a concert, and you just hopped out of the time machine and everyone saw you and they clearly knew, yeah, this is like a time machine or something. And you just jumped out and said, guys, oh my God, Trump is president, Bill Cosby's in federal prison for multiple rapes, and gender doesn't exist anymore. And then you just hopped in the time machine and then just left without answering any of their questions. Do you know how confused those people would be? You wouldn't have to go back 1,000 years. You wouldn't have to go back 100 years, just 20. You know how many questions they would have if you left after that? They'd be like, whoa, wait, what? What did you say about Bill Cosby? Federal rape?
Sorry.
Like, just look at where we are now. If our founding fathers could see us, oh my God. They'd probably commit suicide on the spot, honestly. I don't think they'd even try to salvage us. What still confuses me? Or confuses you? I'm high, I'm sorry. Sorry, I ramble and I might even forget what I'm talking about. By the way, if you guys are here, you're privileged. You're white and privileged enough to see my first chat, my first live stream. So, there's that. But yeah, no gender. It's just asymmetric warfare. That's all it is. They target the children, they confuse them when they're young, and then it basically produces people who aren't effective in the society and who can't function on their own independently and are dependent on the state and don't reproduce. Basically what they want to do is have everything eventually be ectogenesis, which if you don't know what that means, it simply means carrying a baby to term outside the womb artificially. So they could have, think, test tubes large, the size of a baby, you know, whatever they could, artificial wombs, you name it, they already have it. I could even make a video on it. If you have video ideas, by the way, I'm open to things. There's a lot of things I want to cover, but a lot of things that are just kind of hard to approach, you know? Like I wanted to do the Vegas shooting, but there's so many in-depth documentaries on it already, I would just be regurgitating filth.
The Secret Service, as you saw, is blocking the road. So they're just going to have a little impromptu block party right here until they move out of the way.
Yeah, the transgender thing, the no gender thing, and I hate women now my age. They're like, oh, I'm polyamorous. No, you're not. You're just a whore, and you want to give yourself a fancy term because you don't want to feel guilty for having 5 penises go inside of you a week. That's really all it is. So, try to convince me otherwise isn't going to work. I'm polyamorous. I'm able to... No, you're not. You're not able to love anyone. Not even yourself. Sadly, that's where we're at. I'm a polyamorous, genderqueer feminist. Like, stop there.
Find my people.
Not
I'll be
interested.
going live again soon. But yeah, I'll see you guys later.
You... Come on, let me see if there's another one then. I might just end it tonight, though. I don't think you guys are interested in a church service. You might. Come on. I don't know why it's doing that. That's annoying, though. But I guess first world problems, right? You bitch. Alright, there we go. Sorry about that. Where can one find a good doc on Vegas shooting? There's like a 2-hour one on YouTube, but they want you to go to Apple. But just download it as a torrent. I'd have to find it. I might be able to find it, actually. Let me see.
Material, music. We are here in Washington, D.C., right in front of the White House. There is a sound protest for the Trump's speech with the RNC. They're making a lot of nice noise out there. It's nice that people decided to start marching, so we'll go around a bit and see what happens.
I know I saw it the other day because I was trying to research actually for it, and I'm like, this guy already pretty much covered it.
Yeah, we are working with Grassroots Activists International Association, or GAIA, and Observable Universe, two really good options to get some news.
Maybe this was it?
Grassroots
I know Laura Loomer was in it.
information out as far as ground level news who I'm associated with directly. We are a group of reporters from a few different states, and our focus is to bring
I don't know, but it is out there. But let's get back to this, where you guys are interested. Most are poly until they really experience it, then they're like, nope. You know what's weird? I actually dated this girl. I wouldn't say dated, but, you know, saw her. And she had a boyfriend. And when she told me at first, I was like, what? And honestly, I only went to her house out of curiosity, just to see, like, how this dynamic would work. And this guy was the biggest cuck, dude. Oh, my God. Like, I got there, and he shook my hand. He's like, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. And I'm like, ugh. Yeah, do a torrent, Natty Paws. All you have to do is you can make like a seed box. You can go online and pay to get that, like $7 a month, and you can have a dedicated server, which I do, or you can just get a client and download it yourself. But then you have to get a VPN and other things too. So I guess ultimately it's better to get a seed box, in my opinion. So like bitport.io, bitport.io works. That site right there, bitport.io, like $7 a month, so it's worth it. And then you can go to here, limetorrents.info, get here, go to full home, and then you can kind of search. And then you can also go to Pirate Bay, piratebay.org, and you can search that way too. But yeah, if you want to get some torrents, it's pretty easy to do. I mean, I've been doing it since I was a teenager, so well over probably like 15 years now I've been doing torrents. Also, I got a new subscriber, Malik. Shout out to you. I appreciate that.
Sorry, I'm trying to get my just doing it, okay.
I am probably going to end this around like 11 o'clock, give or take, though. I don't want to keep everyone up all night. I know some people like to do live streams till like 3 in the morning, but I'm not one of those guys, trust me.
So even if this feed ends, I will be continuing to document these protests until we're done. This goes into tomorrow's protest and the rally. So be it.
She wearing a glowing mask. Oh my.
Actual steam coming out of the sewers.
Some of these people, man. I'm telling you. Wouldn't you say, too, that most, like, if you had to give a ratio of black to white people who participate in Black Lives Matter protest, probably like 80% white, I'd say? That's fair. 75% white. Which, nothing wrong with supporting black people in their own cause, but have it be a legitimate grassroots cause, not one that's run by old Jewish men. I'm all for black people supporting their Second Amendment rights and deciding to carry and protest and actually form their own political party and get united and get strong and demand an end to violent and misogynistic and disgusting rap music and all sorts of other things that are destroying their communities, created by people who want to destroy them. See, I don't agree. Like, a lot of people are racist against black people. I have nothing against any race. I think certain races are targeted and they're put in certain directions to polarize them against other groups. You know, people will be like, oh, black people, this, and this. I'll be like, well, what about white people? We're not so great at all. We're really not. Every group has its flaws, you know. But I judge people by their character. Most people are stupid. Most people are shitty and ignorant. Black, white, Chinese, doesn't matter to me. You're probably stupid until you prove otherwise. So I don't know. I don't even remember what I was going to say. I probably smoked too much weed, by the way. That's a short-term memory loss. Definitely a causal link there. Do I watch Ryan Dawson? No, I do not. Someone said his name the other day, and I was going to check him out, but then I confused him with that other guy, I don't know, isn't it Shane? Is that his name? The one who he was like accused of being a pedophile or something. And I was just like, oh, that guy? But no, they're two different guys, right? And anyway, I should check him out. Like, what does he do? Is he like a conspiracy guy? Is he like, I don't know, what's his thing? Oh, don't freeze up. Come on. You see this guy? It is what it is. I'm completely indifferent. Why are you even there? If that's going to be the sign you hold up, why even show up? That's fucking so pointless. It is what it is. I'm here, but I could not be here at the same time. It doesn't matter to me. Ugh. Let me see. Come on. Live video interrupted. Oh, here we go. I hate that. I'm sorry, guys. He does the anti-neocon report, strong anti-Zionist, not a conspiracy guy, libertarian. Well, if you describe him like that, I probably would get along with him. I mean, I don't know if I'd consider... I guess I'm a conspiracy guy. I see it all the time, but it's more like I pick up patterns, you know, that to me are obvious. And I'm just like, look, they're obviously doing this. And then people go, no, that's crazy. And then like a year later, it happens, and then people are like, yeah, of course. And I'm like, I literally told you a year before, and you were like, oh, you're crazy, idiot. Like, that annoys me. It's, what is it, the Greek myth of Helena, Helena, I think, where she was gifted prophecy by Apollo, but because she refused his advances, he cursed it so she'd be correct, but people wouldn't believe her in her prophecies. I think it was, Cassandra, that's what it was. Greek myth of Cassandra. But then she had a brother, Helenus, I think, that she also taught prophecy. But then when he said it, people believed him, so I don't know. But my point is, you can be right about something years in advance, and just, I've been saying martial law for 10 years now. I was sure they were going to try to do it medically with the Ebola thing. I even made bumper stickers back, I think it was like 2014. I'm like, they're using this as a pretext for martial law. Don't believe it. And I was driving around telling everybody. I'm like, don't believe it. That's what they're doing. And then I was right, but I guess my timing was wrong. And then I looked crazy to most people because of it. So, also researched Epstein for 13 years. I mean, Epstein, clearly, anyone who has researched it at this point knows he was Mossad, knows Maxwell was Mossad, knows her sisters developed software that's used by the FBI. Her father, Robert Maxwell, Mossad, probably also working as MI6 or MI5. It's all CIA. It's and all these groups are ultimately controlled by, you know, a few people, a few families, so to speak. So it's all connected. The reason you're not going to see anything happen is because it's connected directly to them. That's why nothing will happen. Nothing will happen with this Maxwell thing, unfortunately. I think we're going to reach... They put the trial like a year in the future or something? I don't even know, but we'll see. I think things are going to hit the fan way before that. I honestly think we have to like the end of like October at most. I don't know. I think they're going to try to force vaccines. I think people are going to riot even more. I don't know. Checkpoints everywhere. I'm full speed ahead. I think this is like them gunning for it. They didn't think people were going to be this stupid and actually put up with it for so long. And because they got all the power they have, you think they're going to give it up? No. They're going to keep that. They're going to hold on to it. They're going to do anything they can to justify, to lengthen it. And I believe FEMA is in control right now for 6 months until like September 12th or 15th or something like that. Ever since they declared that natural disaster everywhere in the U.S. the first time ever, Trump did. Yeah. So FEMA's in control. It's not even Trump. And it can't be altered for 6 months. Executive orders going back to Kennedy. And then you have secret presidential orders, which I made a video about that too. I think they're called presidential directives or something like that. Put it this way, they consider you a terrorist if you're a returning veteran, they consider you a terrorist if you believe in the Constitution, they consider you a terrorist if you believe in the Second Amendment, they consider you a terrorist if you believe in personal freedom. I mean, either way, they got you covered, you're a terrorist, so what do we got to lose at this point, right? They're either going to kick your door in or not, and if they do, so be it. I mean, you can't stop it either way, so... But I don't think guys like me are probably going to be alive much longer. I don't give myself till 2030 because I'm not going to put up with it, and they're not going to put up with me. So something's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. I wish it wasn't so, but hey. Like the guy holding the sign, it is what it is, right? So yeah, I'll excuse me. I'll check out Ryan Dawson's channel. I'm not gonna do it tonight, but guys, that was Hootie and the Blowfish. Hootie. Come on. I'm just gonna let it sit for a second because it ended up. Sorry, that was my bowl. There we go. Hope I don't break that thing again. I've already broken one this month. Come on. That's incredibly annoying. But I mean, it's even better for you because you just get to hear my amazing voice that much better, right? Here we go. Or not. You also got to think too, guys, in protest situations like this, they do possess technology that they can jam very easily every device you have on you. So you're not going to get footage out as easily as you might think. Like when shit really starts hitting the fan and you start seeing checkpoints and things like that, cell phones aren't going to be working within a certain distance of that checkpoint. So good luck trying to film it or live stream it. Just an FYI if that's something you haven't thought of yet. You can buy jammers online very easily. You can buy 2G jammers, 5G jammers, you name it. The size of a pack of cigarettes. So you gotta be prepared. Man, this went full potato quality, huh? Let me see if I can try to refresh the stream, which it probably won't do anything. It's more than likely his quality, reception, whatever right now. But we'll try. The stream's healthy, so. Yep, it's just his shitty quality. Yeah, that big thing, because you don't know what it is because you're stupid. Just say the name of it, man. Do some research. Read a book. Like, half these people protesting probably don't even know the actual name of the vice president. How much you want to bet money? I am willing to bet like $100. You could ask 5 random people. They wouldn't even know the vice president's name. Don't mess with me, Buster. I got my rape whistle. Toot toot. My thoughts on the Floyd death is there's a lot of things that people need to research about it, like the fact of those guys loading him into the ambulance probably weren't EMTs, and the fact that they were just letting his head dangle and clearly had no medical training whatsoever. The fact that the guy's badge was crooked and everyone else's wasn't, and when you are in uniform, being in uniform and having your uniform presented properly are of utmost importance at all times. It doesn't matter what situation you're in, you are not going to look all ate up. So my opinion is he either wasn't a cop or that he was a cop and it was maybe a cover and he was an agent as well, and maybe his job was to be a local cop and gather intel at a local level, who knows. But the whole thing was suspicious, and whether or not he died or whether or not it was staged is irrelevant, really. When you look at, in the greater picture, it's used as a pretext to establish justification to put troops on the street, which is all what it's about in the first place. You know, they say they want to have troops on the street by the fall to give you a vaccine, and then conveniently enough, everything's lining up to where it's about fall right now, right before the election, and there's going to be troops everywhere, and they're saying it's because of protests. No. Divide and conquer. Black versus white, you know, blacks are oppressed, institutional racism, the whole jazz that you hear all the time. The funny thing is, black people, if you're in the chat right now and you've ever been to Europe, you can tell me, and you know this to be true, a lot of places in Europe, they'll openly laugh at you and make fun of you and point at you, like when you walk down the street. It's not like in America. Like, they're openly racist in a lot of parts of the world. If you go to China, they'll, like, take selfies with you without your permission and stuff. Like, oh, black guy. They'll touch your hair. Like, people in other countries are so much more racist than America. You have no idea how good you have it here, actually. Women, too. Women think they're oppressed for the most part. Try going to Saudi Arabia and leaving the house without a man and just driving. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, the world's not perfect, and there are people who are oppressed, but we need to realize relatively where we are and how good we actually have it, all of us. You know, and we have to come together, all of us, so we can all be free totally and fully. Not this pseudo-free we've been given for the last, 200 years, give or take? Ever since the Second National Bank of the United States, the charter expired, and the War of 1812 really kicked things off with the central banking and all that. But hey, look into the footage, especially with the George Floyd thing. Yes, it's irrelevant whether or not it was staged, but look at the footage and just watch how those people load him onto that stretcher. It is clear they are not medical professionals with training. And they're wearing bulletproof vests. They look like cops. And I don't even think it's a real ambulance. There's like nothing in the back, I think, from what I remember. The whole thing just reeks. Could have faked his death, paid him off, changed his name. Could have really killed the guy, paid off his family to shut him up. Who knows? Spooks work in mysterious ways. And we are in clown world for sure. Man, it's freezing up. I hate that. Let me see if I can find another one. I don't think this is the same one. Imagine if these people actually put effort into reading a book. Like, yeah, Trump isn't a good guy, but he's just as controlled as Hillary or anyone else who's been in office since Woodrow Wilson when they passed the Federal Reserve Act, if you really want to get down to it. I think Andrew Jackson was really the only president aside from Kennedy that actually decided to really do anything. Andrew Jackson's one of those interesting guys, too. Definitely worth researching the dude. He did not give a fuck. It's funny. He reminds me of me in a lot of ways, like where I'm like, nope, I'm not doing that, and fuck you. And I just do what I'm gonna do and try to stop me. That type of attitude, which can get you in trouble sometimes, obviously, but, you know, sometimes it's just funny hearing anecdotes about the guy. I mean, I don't even remember how many people he shot, but I think it's in the double digits. I could be wrong. Like, just having an active president that's killed people in duels, like, that's funny. I want to go back to that, right? Talk about interesting things on TV about the president. What about if our president got in a duel and killed the guy of another country? That would be interesting, huh? Like, what happened the other day? Oh, nothing. Just, you know, President Trump got in a sword fight with Kim Jong-un. You know, Trump won.
Share this video. Share it now.
Biden flags.
What brings you here tonight?
Just showing my support. Just wanted to get the word out there. I love Biden. Woo, Biden.
Taking over the White House that should not be here.
Yeah, he really likes sniffing kids, and you know, I support that. I'm drunk right now, actually. And look at my shirt. No, I got this shirt. I actually got it from a kid, and yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, this other guy waving a sign. These people are brain dead morons. Oh my god. Stupid hurts. It really does. Like, it physically hurts my brain. It's just so sad. Like, oh my
So
god.
the people are outraged that Donald Trump is having an event at the White House.
This guy. Was he Indian or something with his fist up? Oh, nice smoking a cigarette. Two ponytails, I'm counting that. Thank you, Natty Paws. I honestly didn't think if people would even want to listen to me. I thought I was going to get like one person in here and they'd be like, well, this was, nope, bye. Oh, did you see how that guy got freaked the fuck out? Oh my god, that was funny. Black woman running towards me, black woman running. Oh, hi, hey, how you doing? I'm not racist. I got 3 black friends, actually.
Thank you. Say it again. Louder.
Yeah, you know why people can't hear you? Because you're wearing a symbolic and literal muzzle.
Right. Does Black Lives Matter mean that white lives doesn't matter? Does Black Lives Matter mean that white lives don't matter? Exactly. Nobody gets that. Like, that's...
Oh, man. Just look at these people. These hopeless, misguided, ignorant. It's so sad. Like, I want to laugh, but it's just so sad. Black, queer, trans, young, non-binary lives matter. Did you see that sign? A person thought that and then wrote it down and then held it up. Look, oh, ponytail. Male ponytail right there. That's another one, guys. We're on a roll tonight with male ponytails. Remember, Take a shot every time you see a guy with a ponytail or a woman with dyed hair and who is also fat. And I think that's a woman with a shaved head right there. I'm going to count that. Oh, woman with a dyed hair and fat right there. Boom. Or not fat, I guess. Sorry. From that angle, she looked that. That might actually be a non-binary genderqueer. I don't know. I don't think it's a coincidence that all of these people, if I saw them, like if I went into a Subway and they just made my sandwich, I wouldn't even... And he's got a ponytail. Look at that. My fuck, man. And I'm trying to, like, I'm not even... Why are there so many male ponytails? I didn't think I was going to get this many hits, man. And look at his shirt. Oh, man. Hey, let me tell you about my essential oil business. No, patchouli, like, everyone around me hates it, but I love it. I put it on everything. This guy took ecstasy. And uppers. He's on something. This guy's not all there. And that ponytail has volume too. Did you see the bounce of that thing? He takes care of that. That's not a raggedy ponytail. That's voluminous. That has sheen. You ever, what was that movie, Coming to America, where Let Your Soul Glow, where they have the Jerry curls and they get up off the couch and it's stained? Is that another male ponytail right there? Oh my god, it is. I'm counting that. Holy shit. That might be a woman, though. I think it's a man. It might be a non-binary genderless shim. Is that another guy with a ponytail? Next to him? Or just long hair? Oh my god. I don't know what it is with men with long hair and just being complete bitch beta cucks.
There it is. And there it is. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Very nice to meet you. I want to hear more.
Am I still alive, guys? Can you see me? Or hear me, rather? Can you guys hear me? Dude, this ponytail guy is not giving up. Oh, you can? Okay.
There's going to be speakers here tonight.
But yeah, look at that voluminous ponytail on this guy. And look at that dyed hair. Oh god, she looks happy. You ever see Daria?
We're out here.
That one didn't even bother to shave the head like fully. There's like patches everywhere. That one on the right just now. Like, how lazy are you that you really don't try to like cut your hair evenly at least? Look at that zoom. What's that camera? The P900, the Nikon P900, or is there a higher one now? I think Richie from Boston uses one. Takes some really good shots. That thing is good. I think it's optical zoom though, right? Optical zoom is preferable. I'm not a photography guy, but isn't optical zoom preferable to digital? I'm surprised I haven't seen a fanny pack though yet.
again, my friend's coming with me.
What? Why? Why did they call you movie?
Listen to this guy. He's got a story to tell. Yeah, just keep making that annoying noise in the background. I don't know if that's someone trolling or someone just like... The other night someone was smashing parking meters. And I'm like, you do realize you're on camera, right?
We're in Washington, D.C. Connecting. Thank you.
Yes, I agree that thumping noise is really annoying. Oh my god. What do you even say? Fun fact, that bicycle is also his house.
Share this event.
Little thing he's got on the back there, that's his bathroom. Dude, what are with all these scooters? Is there like is this one of those areas where you can just rent scooters or something? It must be, right? I don't live in an area where that's like a thing.
What does that mean to you?
Hey, fuck the government. I'm assuming those are government provided? Or are they a private business? Scooters.
All lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter. Thank you so much.
It's a long t-shirt. Yeah, she's gonna talk to her.
They promised me $50,000 worth of wife work, and that's what I'm here for. I just wish you could see the Trump side.
What, is the White House gonna set up fireworks? Does someone know that? I don't know. I wasn't following that.
The camera's a little shaky. I was not expecting this at all. Good travel.
God, you see that guy's shorts? Yeah, you're making a real statement, guy. What about all the other politicians who are corrupt, not just Trump? People on the left, on the right, and everywhere in between. It doesn't matter where you fall on the spectrum. Even though most of these people, I would imagine, are on some sort of spectrum. Who prints the money? They all work for money, right? That's who you want to follow. It was Mayor Amschel Rothschild who said, I believe, or the quote is often attributed to him, that, give me control of a nation's money, I care not who makes the laws. Whether or not he said that, it's irrelevant when you look at the Rothschild banking dynasty in its entirety and how it happened. Watch the movie Rothschild. I think it was in the 30s it was released. Very telling. Even though it was trying to be basically a PR, campaign to improve the image of them, but didn't really do them justice. I think they're supposed to come out with a movie, actually, with Mel Gibson and Shia LaBeouf. That should be an interesting dynamic for a cast, right? Called Rothschild, but they take the S out. I believe it's just Roth, R-O-T-H, Rothschild. But I haven't heard anything about it in a while. A couple of years now, I think, actually. I heard that rumor and still have yet to produce any content. Would be interesting, though. See what propaganda they put in there, or maybe they're truthful. don't know if they're gonna release it.
Sorry, Trump. I didn't mean to bump into you, sir. What'd you say? Sir, can I ask you what brings you out here tonight? That's all
Yeah,
right.
I doubt that movie's even gonna come to fruition, if you ask me.
I asked them as well. I'm asking anybody. I've asked anybody what brings them out to this event tonight.
Oh, this guy's gonna get harassed, right? What does it say? Make America Great Again?
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, sir.
Here we go. She's gonna start some
I
shit.
respect his request. I don't want him to charge that means. I didn't come to Minnesota for violence.
No one said anything about violence except you. Loudly, in front of other people. Ugh. I hate these people.
There's always one that comes.
Always won what? I don't support Trump by any means, but if the guy wants to, leave him alone.
But the one you should just say, hold on.
I'm not gonna make a big deal about it, but let me revisit it for the next half hour. What is she doing? Is she drinking from a funnel? Oh, it's a... She doesn't know that was probably in some pledge's ass like that same week. Now it's in her mouth. The college guy next to her is like, dude, she's doing it. I didn't think she'd actually do it. Man, she's loving putting her mouth around that thing. She's enjoying that way too much. Alright, we get it, lady. You're really... Alright. Look at that guy. He's like, oh man. Can't take my eyes off. Oh, dyed hair. There you go. Take a shot. I just saw a male ponytail. Guy in a green shirt to the right behind this guy with a beard. Kind of looks like Chris D'Elia. In the middle of these two guys. You'll see the ponytail.
I saw that kid in the game. And I just want to make a note that he is not mad. And look at the color that's being disrupted.
Man, this woman is just like looking for a problem. She's like looking for someone to dislike.
What you knocking for? Who do you think will answer?
I don't think anything's gonna happen tonight. People think they're achieving something, though, I guess.
I think Trump is not black people time, colored people time. The fireworks is supposed to start at 11. We late.
Most of these people, if you ask them, like if you said, what is the definition of a fascist? They wouldn't even be able to give you the definition of their own word that they use out of their own mouth. Who is filming it? I don't know. Let me check. I mean, if you want to bring the stream up yourself and then just say, fuck this guy, that's also cool. So let me give you that. I made a Facebook just to do this because it seems to be the only place you can get live streams right now. So National Republican Convention Protest in Washington, D.C. is the title by News on Purpose. So you can type it in right here, Washington, D.C. Live, News on Purpose.
From the White House. And people are setting up stage, setting up desks. Watch the fireworks, watch the show. That is to be here tonight. I'm sorry, you guys. It's just darkness here. I'm going to cut the live, and when the fireworks begin, I'm going to start it again. Thank you everyone for watching. This is News on Purpose.
Well, alright guys, so I'm gonna check something out real quick. Anyway, if she's gonna end this stream, someone just told me there were explosions in Manhattan. Fireworks mistaken for malicious explosion. I guess there was like a little, maybe something went malfunctioned. Huh. Massive series of explosions, yeah. Fireworks. I mean, New York City, for what it seems, looks pretty calm for the most part. I mean, so I guess it was just fireworks, so. Oh well. Well, I'm gonna probably end the stream anyway. I mean, it's already 11 o'clock and nothing seems to be happening, so. But I do appreciate you guys dropping in. This was my first chat, live stream, whatever. You know, I don't know if I'm gonna do these in the future. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm also doing marijuana oils at the same time, so. But, yeah, I don't know if I'll do it in the future. I might, if you guys want to. I mean, if you don't want to hear me talk, I also don't blame you. So, but I'll let you guys go to bed. You know, take it easy, be safe, keep your head on a swivel, and stay vigilant, please. And just do not buy all the bullshit you're being told this pandemic is not real. Believe me, it's anything but. All right. Talk to you guys later.